What's the best platform to be advertising on in 2022? Is it Facebook ads? Is it YouTube ads? Maybe it's TikTok ads? In this video, I'm going to be covering the different advertising platforms and what is working the best right now for entrepreneurs and businesses in 2022. So let's start off by diving into what a lot of people do, which is run Facebook ads. Now, there's been a lot of challenges that have been really facing people with Facebook ads right now in the marketplace. Now, Facebook ads at one point really had their heyday and were really going strong, but the problem is as more and more competition increases and as visibility goes down because of iOS 14 and iOS 15 causing major tracking issues, the problem is Facebook ad campaigns have been getting worse and worse. So what we've seen is Facebook has been on a steady decline. I mean, you don't really have to go far to see people talking about the problems with Facebook ads. No longer is it just the fact that they're banning accounts, the results have actually gotten worse and worse. This is something I've predicted for years and it's finally happening. Now, you're even hearing people that at one time were proclaiming Facebook to be the best advertising platform are now saying that Facebook kinda stinks. It's not the best, right? People have actually been turning on Facebook in droves, and Facebook's even changing its name to Meta. Now, of course, there's Web 3.0 implications to that as well, but at the same time, it's almost seems to be avoiding some of the negative brand that's been associated with Facebook, not just for consumers, but now also for advertisers. You don't have to look far, and maybe you've experienced this yourself, to find somebody who's ran into major issues running Facebook ads. And the problem is, even ads that work, they oftentimes don't scale efficiently, and it seems to go up and down like a roller coaster effect. So Facebook ads is a declining ad platform. Now, don't get me wrong, there's still results you can get on Facebook, and I'm not saying Facebook doesn't work, but the results are going down and they're getting worse and worse over time. Now, what about Google Search, also known as Google Pay-Per-Click, actually paying for those search rankings at the top of Google? What about those? Is that the best strategy? Well, it is tried and true and you can get very targeted searches, but this is one of the most ruthless and cutthroat competitive areas to run your ads in front of, especially if you have a very competitive keyword or industry. The problem with that is Google Search has been around so long that there is so much competition, and it's so easy to set up those Google search ad campaigns that there's a lot of people competing for the same limited number of real estate on that top search result for your industry. So the problem with Google search is that's pretty much been very, very expensive for a long time now. You can extract some low-hanging fruit, but it's not the best strategy to scale. Now, what about LinkedIn ads? If you're B2B, you've probably thought, wow, I'd love to advertise on LinkedIn. My audience is definitely there. Businesses going on LinkedIn. But the problem is CPMs are incredibly high. That's the cost per 1,000 impressions. And those are very high on LinkedIn because its ad platform isn't as robust as some of the other platforms out there and has some of the highest costs associated to it. A lot of the major, Fortune 500 companies are advertising directly on LinkedIn and unfortunately eat up a large portion of that budget. Also, their algorithms aren't as strong, so it's harder to actually optimize for the leads that you're looking for. So what we found is LinkedIn has that high cost. Now, it is valuable for retargeting, and a lot of these platforms are really valuable for retargeting. We talk about omnipresent retargeting, and we've got other videos you can check out here on the channel where we talk about omnipresent retargeting, retargeting everywhere. But in terms of top of funnel, the cold traffic coming into your business, brand new, fresh leads, LinkedIn is going to be very expensive, and it continues to be expensive, right? And so that's one of the other problems with LinkedIn is it continues to be expensive. So Facebook's been declining, LinkedIn and Google are continuing to be expensive, and they're not getting better. So what about TikTok ads? You've probably seen some of the hot talk about TikTok, and a lot of people who've been advertising on Facebook are testing out TikTok. But how good is it, and is it sustainable? So as people are noticing all the challenges with Facebook, a lot of people who have ran certain ads on Facebook are also testing TikTok ads. Now, TikTok has a lot of elements of Facebook where it is an algorithm-based platform where you're constantly scrolling and you're being served new content. Now, because there's not as many advertisers right now on TikTok, right? And there's a big user base. There's lower CPMs, there's lower costs right now for first movers coming into TikTok. And so people are seeing some good early results. And I'd even say in this video here in 2022, I believe that TikTok is starting to dethrone Facebook on the algorithm platform. But with TikTok, there are some challenges that come into it. A lot of the same challenges that Facebook and other ad platforms face, where you're not actually targeting people based on intent, right? You might reach the right person, but not necessarily at the right time. They're just mindlessly scrolling. Now that can work for small impulse purchases or people who are casually interested, but it's not necessarily going to generate those ideal clients that you are looking for, especially if you have a business that really values lead quality and has a higher price service. Maybe you're a coach, consultant, course creator, or you have a product or service that's a higher ticket service. It's going to be a lot more challenging for you to find high quality leads on TikTok as people are scrolling through. And so a lot of the same challenges that people are running into on Facebook, people are starting to see on TikTok. So while TikTok has lower CPMs right now and is seemingly actually getting better than Facebook, the problem is it's not necessarily the best ad platform overall. And as more advertisers go into TikTok, it's just gonna have the same higher ad costs without having the ability to target somebody based on what they're doing right now. Now, there's another big challenge that's facing people in TikTok, which is they have gotten a lot more choosy around who they actually allow to advertise. Very similar to Facebook, they're banning accounts, they're actually pausing your ads if you're running the wrong thing, and they're even starting to tell people that they don't really like opt-ins for leads versus e-commerce. So TikTok is really making a push towards the e-commerce side of things versus actually attracting leads for maybe more expert-based or info-based businesses. Now, what we want to talk about next is what I know is the best advertising platform here in 2022, and that is YouTube ads. YouTube ads actually allow you to target in 3 dimensions. Now, not only are people able to see and hear you, it's a video-based platform, right? Like we talked about, you can run videos on some of these other platforms, but this is video first. But in addition to that, the big thing is you can actually layer your campaigns and reach the right person with the ability to buy at the right time with the right video ad that drives conversions. The problem on Facebook and TikTok and LinkedIn and these other platforms is they're not actually based on what somebody is doing right now. They're not based on intent. So you might reach the right person with the ability to invest, but you're not necessarily reaching them at the right time. And if you reach the right person at the wrong time, you're not likely to get the conversion or the results you're looking for. On YouTube, you can layer the demographics, right? So usually where somebody's located, household income, right? The basic demographics with their interests, their desires, who they are, right? You can actually create those custom audiences within YouTube. So you're layering who that person is, the same way you target likes and interests over on Facebook, likes and interests over on TikTok. But there's a third dimension where you're adding in what they're watching right now. So people on YouTube, they could be watching a video, let's say they're watching a video on weight loss. If you have something that helps people lose weight, some type of fitness or nutrition or program, you can get in front of those videos when they're looking to learn. For us, if we're looking to get in front of people who are looking to grow their business with marketing, we can run our ads in front of videos talking about marketing, talking about different ad platforms. So we can target the right person with the ability to buy at the right time with the right message. The problem is the other platforms are all reliant on algorithms, and algorithms can only get you so far. On Facebook, it's their algorithm as you scroll, and you're seeing what's happening to Facebook now. It's getting worse and worse. Too much competition, not enough data, and people leaving the platform is causing the platform to get worse and worse. On LinkedIn, it's too expensive, it's all platform-based, it's not as good. And then on TikTok, it's going to be very similar to what Facebook had very soon. As more advertisers come on the platform, as there becomes more and more competition, it's all reliant on an algorithm that by nature cannot exactly predict when someone wants to buy. It has to guess. It doesn't know exactly when somebody is in that mindset where they're ready to take action. Versus on YouTube, if you know somebody is actually watching a video or making a search based on what they're looking to do, you can reach them at the perfect time. Now, you'll also notice we talked about Google search earlier. Google search has an element of this, right? They have intent, but they don't necessarily have reaching the right person or reaching somebody with video, right, with the right message, because it's just a headline, right? It's just a link click. So you can actually get one side of it, the intent, but on YouTube, you get all of the above. You can reach the right person with the ability to invest at the right time with the right YouTube ad to drive conversions. So what's the best advertising platform in 2022? It is still YouTube ads. And if you want an entire training on how to leverage YouTube ads into your business, and I walk you through step by step, you can click the link right down there in the description. It's right at the top of the description, and I'll walk you through my entire YouTube ad strategy that's helped our clients generate over $200 million in revenue and helped me scale my own business to over 8 figures using YouTube ads. Hopefully you found this video valuable. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss another video, and check out some of our other content we have right here on the channel. I'll see you in the next video.